Hello viewers, today I am going to talk about the correct sitting posture and holding the sitar. Sitar is the most popular stringed instrument of North India. In institutional music education, sitar occupies an important position among the other instruments opted for the subject instrumental music. We find the sufficient literature available about the origin and development of sitar, sitar vadan shailis, that is various styles of sitar playing, and the other salient features of sitar, but very little has been said about the first and foremost lesson of sitar playing, which is the correct sitting posture and holding the sitar. Thus, I have chosen this most requisite part of sitar playing, which every student of sitar must know very clearly and correctly from the very beginning. A student of sitar may be performing so well, but if he or she is not holding the sitar properly, or his or her sitting posture is not correct, somehow the student's sitar recital will distract the attention of the audience. As a result, the performance will not get that appreciation which the student really deserves. So, here lies the importance of maintaining proper position while playing the sitar. The student of sitar should be made conscious about this from the very beginning of sitar learning, so that they may not develop some misconceptions and ungraceful manners regarding sitting, holding and fingering of sitar. In my opinion, to maintain proper position in all respects, that is sitting, holding and fingering etc., is a first and foremost lesson for every student of sitar. You can see the pictures of great sitarists and notice their correct posture. Now, I will explain to you one by one the correct sitting posture of sitar, holding the sitar, placing the right hand on sitar, placing the left hand on sitar and proper functioning of both the fingers. Correct sitting posture. Now, I will explain to you this correct sitting posture of sitar playing, and you will see its demonstration and notice how to sit. From the first day of sitar learning, the student should be made to sit in a proper posture meant for the sitar playing. In fact, in the beginning, for a couple of days, the whole attention should be paid towards maintaining the proper posture. Although there are a number of variations regarding sitting posture, holding the sitar, yet the most practical and the most attractive posture of sitting, especially for women, is to fold the knee of the left leg in such a manner that it should touch the base or the flat surface where the performer is sitting. The right leg should be crossed the left leg, and the right foot should also touch the surface on the other side in a half turned position. You can notice this in the demonstration before you. This is the correct sitting posture for sitar playing, and the next step is holding the sitar. After making the cross-legged sitting position, the next step is to hold the instrument. For this, the lowest part of the main gourd, which is tumba of sitar, should rest on the sole of the left foot, facing the sitar perpendicular to the floor or surface. Let us see the demonstration side by side. The neck of the sitar, called dand, should be approximately at 45 degrees angle of the surface. There should be sufficient gap between the sitar and the player's chest. You can see sitar is not so far, not so close. Pressing the right thigh against the main gourd or tumba of sitar and holding with the right elbow and forearm of gourd in such a manner that sitar should not slip out of the player's hold. Both the hands should remain free to play sitar. You can see how to hold the sitar. Actually, the instrument is balanced between the player's left foot and the right knee. The hands move freely without having to carry any of the instrument's weight. While crossing the leg, right thigh should be in such a comfortable position that the sitar player may play the upper notes with an ease. This is the most acceptable and proper posture to sit and to hold the sitar. There should be check on the students from the very beginning so that they may not find any wrong spot to hold the sitar. After making the accurate sitting and holding position, the next step is how to place both the hands on the sitar to play. From now onward, I will hold the sitar myself, but before that, I have to make one personal request. I hope the viewers will excuse me for not sitting in a proper posture of sitar. The reason being that I can't fold my legs because of an ill-fated accident which I met several years back. So now over to the next point, placing the right hand on the sitar. To play sitar, the right hand's thumb should be placed and pressed firmly on the joint of the main gourd, which is tumba, like this. And the neck of sitar, which is the dand of sitar, this joint is called gulu, where the thumb is placed. You can see through demonstration, while sitar playing, thumb should be pressed so firmly that it should not go up and down the neck or to be taken off the neck like this. This is very wrong practice. The plectrum, this is the plectrum called mizrab, should fit over the side of the joints of the first finger like this. And the striking tip should be approximately 1/4 of an inch from the tip of the finger. You can see the mizrab, 1/4 of an inch from the tip of the finger, so that it may not move side to side while playing. Putting the mizrab properly and striking with mizrab like this on the first string of sitar, which is called bajkatar, produces sound. One more point to be taken care of while striking. The remaining 3 fingers like this should be adjoining the first finger. You can see, so that the hand should not look awkward while playing. You can see how the 4 fingers remain close to each other while playing. Now placing the left hand on sitar. Generally the first 2 fingers of the left hand, that is index finger and the middle finger, are used for sitar playing. It will be better if the students are made aware about the proper use of the fingers from the beginning stage. The fingers should be kept in slightly round shape instead of being flat like this. The fingers are kept like this in round shape instead of being flat. You can see the placement of the fingers on the frets. While doing so, the thumb of the left hand should be at the back of the sitar neck in a position directly parallel to the index finger, like this, as this goes directly parallel to the index finger. so that it makes a hollow between the fingers in front and thumb at the back. This is hollow. This hollow helps in the free movement of the hand for sitar playing like this. After taking the proper position of both the hands on the sitar, the next step is for the proper functioning of the left hand. The tip of the left hand's finger should be pressed on the first string, that is baj katar, just behind the frets. This is like just behind the frets or not directly on its top. Pressing the string makes a mark on the first finger of the left hand. You can see the mark on the left hand's first finger, that is index finger. This mark should be neither on the upper side touching the nail, or it should not be lower side as in the middle of the finger. You can see this mark is neither on upper side nor on lower side. The incorrect mark will further create problems for proper movement of fingers on sitar. Regarding proper fingers movement, some points should be taken care of while playing. Both the fingers should be in slightly bent form instead of being flats on the string like this. It will be helpful when practicing for embellishments like mead and gamak, etc. The second point is to keep the fingers of the left hand close to each other while playing, so that the hand should look graceful. Both the fingers of the left hand in front and the thumb at the back should move simultaneously on the dant. One common practice or one common error among the students is that they start moving the first finger on the frets and hold the thumb tightly at the back. After playing 2-3 notes on the frets, when they find it hard to move further, they slide the thumb abruptly like this. See how they do this. This is very wrong practice. In fact, the movement of the fingers and the thumb should be simultaneously. Another very common wrong practice among the students is when the students are unable to see the fingers on the frets, they pull the instrument closer to their body and lean over its neck in order to place the fingers properly. See how the students do this. They pull the instrument like this and place the fingers seeing in front of the sitar. This is very wrong practice. If guided properly, soon the students get accustomed to judging the placement of the fingers and start playing looking at the back of the neck or dant. Now the functioning of the left hand's finger on the sitar. A large number of students remain unaware about how to use two fingers of left hand on sitar properly. It has been noticed very often that the students move the first finger on the sitar with ease, but find it very hard to move the second finger properly. Some students though make use of the second finger occasionally, yet remain ignorant about its proper use. Though there are some different views regarding the use of the fingers, yet the very practical and popular method, especially in institution, is that each note or swar in ascending order or in descending order, that is arrow and avroh, is to be played with the first finger. Only the highest note is to be played with the second finger. See how we do this. In this way, the highest note is played with the second finger. So, one general rule can be framed about fingers, that all the notes in a row and a row, that is in ascending order and in descending orders, are to be played with the index finger or the first finger, and the middle finger is to be used only to play the highest note in any composition or from where we move backwards in descending orders. Now, let us see the demonstration of this, the proper use of both the fingers, like another rule regarding functioning of both the fingers is that the first finger is never lifted up the string, even when making the use of the second finger. The second finger is placed at the highest note and is lifted up whenever note in use, but the first finger is never ever lifted up, like you can find in the script some exercises about functioning of both the fingers, so that the students may understand the application of this principle. You can also see the practical performance. So, the exercise 1 is so, the next exercise is you can notice in this exercise, the second finger is used at the end of every combination in a row, like the second finger is used and it is lifted up, and in this exercise the second finger is used on the first note in a row or in descending order, like this. Now, the best exercise for the functioning of both the fingers is this is the best exercise for functioning of both the fingers. To sum up, we can say that correct sitting posture, proper holding the sitar and accurate fingering, this is the first condition for playing good sitar. This should be checked on the students from the very beginning, so that they may not develop some unwanted or ungraceful habits of sitar playing. Only after ensuring the correct position regarding the sitting and holding the sitar, students should advance towards the functioning of both the fingers or both the hands. Correct sitting posture, proper holding and accurate fingering will certainly lead towards the smoothness, clarity and hence naturalness in sitar playing. Thank you.